Well, hey y'all, greetings from the country. How are you, my lovelies, today? Thank you for all the support and follows, especially over the weekend. Guys, I was in unbelievable pain, but no negative stuff today. Greetings from the country, guys. How are you? Welcome to my channel. I'm loving it. We're starting to build this channel from the ground up. I'm a little Shirley Temple today. I got curls everywhere. I tell you, it took forever to get this done. But that said, I want to talk to you guys today, or rather, I wish to speak with you guys today about this little known gem, Ignited Bones, that's picking up momentum like I could not have imagined. Thank you guys for that. But I always have to have the music around me, guys. You know, I'm old school nostalgia. I love the soundtrack to Xanadu. That's how old I am. I'm almost six. I'll be 60. Like in 2 months, I'll be 60 years old. But that said, wanted to talk to you about Ignited Bones. I want to read. These are my little note thingies. And of course, before we go any further, thank you, Mr. Carpenter, Brian Carpenter. He is the cover guy for Ignited Bones. I also, what little known fact, what readers don't know until they actually read the book, is that the first chapter reads like a screenplay for a reason because it was co written by my friend, colleague, and mentor, Mr. Bob Burton. So that said, let's dive into, and ladies and gentlemen, two of your best book boyfriends ever will be in Ignited Bones. I call it Ignited Bones because one night, another reveal, as I was writing, I I'm a dog lover, but I got all kinds of fuzzy stuff all over me, so I keep myself covered. This is the country, y'all know we don't care about fancy stuff. Home is where the dog is. Hound dogs, for us, huskies. Um, and we love it. But that said, here's the thing. I was sitting home one night as I was writing. I couldn't think of a title for this book to save my life. And Coldplay came on the air, and boom, 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 boom. I will try to fix you. And there was a repetitive line in the song that kept saying, "Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you." I'm like, that's it. Ignite, ignited bones. It's perfect. Perfect. And so that's why I call the book Ignited Bones. Because think about it. You're There's a lot of fire and steam in this book. It's a wonderful, what I call short love story. This is a 3 hour, 4 hour book love story. It hit all the beats. You have this, of course, my favorite thing, the sliding dichotomies from the POV, from the matriarchal arc and the patriarchal arc. But that said, it is a powerful story because we we delved right in with both feet. We left nothing to chance, nothing for readers to guess. Everything is here in these pages. Readers, you can generally tell how powerful a book is going to be by the title of the chapters. Because think about it. Let's see. I need my glasses. Give me a moment so I can know what I'm doing. One of my favorite chapters, even the beginning. Let's go to the beginning. Chapter 1. Of course, it's Operation Moonlight. And look, Terry knows she decorates. She did the do on the editing. I mean, not just the editing, but also the format. I have brain fog. Give me a minute. Under a crisp, hold on a minute. Alexa, stop. Don't you just love on demand? But chapter 1, Operation Moonlight. Under a crisp, cold night sky filled with twinkling endless stars, military military aircraft of American and Russian forces were locked in a blazing firefight over the Italian Alps. In the midst of it was the prize, a medevac helicopter packed to the nines with wounded Dark Ops members, and of course, 3 dead soldiers. Of the dead were Master Sergeant Graves, Colonel Pache, and Lieutenant McDaniel. Oh, bloody hell. I won't say the word that's there. The mission, dubbed Operation Moonlight, was anything but routine. Still, the Russian attack came as a surprise. 2 American Black Hawk gunships had been assigned to protect the medevac copter's precious cargo as the convoy surged hard over the Alps from war-torn Bosnia. The pilots had been aiming toward their designated landing zones, or LZs, just over the mountains in Italy. As the convoy entered Allied airspace, hellfire erupted behind them. 7 or 8 Russian bogies were now hard on the trail. You would never guess that this is a love story from the first chapter, but we wanted to, when you think of Ignited Bones, in most of my published bodies of work, think of them not as book to film, but films in the book. And the reason we did this was because we needed to do something different. And I wanted to do something different and bring readers into Y2K, a type of literary Y2K 25, 26 type of scenario when I wrote this book. I wanted to be ahead of my time. And that's why we wrote the book the way we did, because it's a very powerful and riveting story. Because you go from one action pack to the next action, then all the way across, you're crossing oceans and oceans from Italy back to America to Sableland. Sableland is the love of life, antagonist, protagonist, you name it. I always make my characters both. Sableland, bless her heart, she just can't make up her mind what to do. And with Major Bobby Glenn, firm Irish roots, Black Ops commander, I'm total military suspense, military romance. I'm going to keep that going. I'm going to keep that military thing in there because I love writing about PTSD, the truth about PTSD, not the frou-frou fofo stuff. But that said, Ignited Bones gives you everything. You go from 2 lovers, former lovers, vying for the same woman. On one hand, you have Major Glenn, decorated soldier, Black Ops commander, SEAL type, Delta Force type. All my characters are going to be Delta Force, the real Delta Force, not pretend Delta Force or Delta Force that I heard. I was, I'm prior military. I'm a veteran, ladies and gentlemen. I was stationed at Fort Campbell. I had to train those boys. I worked at range control. I had to ensure that those boys were trained, and I did it very well because I have the service letter to prove it. But that said, I understand, um, because I had to work with the brigade sergeant major for Fifth Special Forces. He did not. He didn't play. Major Brian didn't play. Sergeant Major Brian O'Brien. He was an O'Brien. Another Irishman. He did not play, and I had to ensure that those men and women were trained and trained well, and I did my job um, ex- extraordinary well because I did it from my heart. I worked from my heart. I love those boys, and I love that sergeant major. He was amazing. So I say this to say, I write my books from those experiences. That's why I say my books are based on actual events and facts. There's some, we had a little, extra uh, fluff to a little excitement. But we go as far to the edge as possible with fact, not fiction. That's why my books read the way they do. Because when you open a book, any book under the Smoking Glass Literary Bar, my publishing company, you are going to get everything full throttle. And what I mean by that, we're not going to give it to you all up front. I'm not going to tease you and taunt you with, oh, the first 25 pages are all action, and then in between there is just boring stuff. No. No, 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 no. I want you to delve into the characters' psyche, all of them, because you have a decorated soldier with Major Glenn on the one hand, bold, sexy, it's all get out. On the second hand, you have Lord, actual Lord Foxington. Lord Foxington, father, he was what they consider, I guess, the bastard son. We don't say bastard son these days. He was born out of wedlock. However, his father's side of the family still ensured, I'll put it this way, that he was a part of the peerage of his family. So now you have James Percival Foxington the Fourth. I'm like, how many bastard kids does your dad have? I used to tease him about that all the time. But here you have this playboy type, just of all his father's son. Percival Foxington is just like his dad, and he has to have what he has to have. And Sable Land is at the very top of his list because, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, there are two powerful scenes in there that pull readers so deep into the story, it's unreal. And that is the what I would call uh, the Jesus Christ, I hate brain fog at my age. The presidential suite at the W in Chicago. Powerful stuff. The second one is a conservatory. Oof. How do they say? Oof. Fire, fire, fire. That is why I say that and both gentlemen, they may be rogues or whatever, but they have this southern sense of chivalry. There's Major Glenn, he's a Georgia boy, University of Georgia bulldog type, everything in that car, apartment, shirts, t-shirts, even his hat is Georgia bulldog, everything. Lord Foxington, He's from that South Carolina gentry. I'm talking Charleston, South Carolina, Mount Pleasant area, um, all the hoity-toity areas. He took us, a few of us, to see his home, and we went to a function with him. If I ever felt out of place, it was there. I'm thinking, I don't. This is not me. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. This ain't me, boy. I love all things Southern. This is a little hoity-toity. The only thing, the saving grace for me was that I've been to enough mint julep, mint julep events on ritzy estates to know how to fit in, you know. And you can thank Emily Post for that. My mom, my aunts, cousins, and so on. And you can thank Brooks Brothers because Brooks Brothers has a book, a cocktail book. It's bartending 201. I suggest that every woman, corporate, non-corporate, regular, everyday Joe Snuffy types, get that book. It's worth buying and worth, I would say, is worth having. Period. Thank God I studied that book. Period. Plus, I did a little bartending when I was younger years, private parties, of course. But that said, the book Ignited Bones is based on all of this. That southern. Don't knock the southern living. Don't knock the. You guys may call us country bumpkins, but we don't see it. We love that title, country bumpkin. It's all things southern. Anything southern is gonna be all right because we're gonna make it all right. And with me, I always add that black girl magic to anything. I mean, I have Creole roots, Haitian roots. I'm talking Louisiana Creole, Baba Yaga roots, Native roots. We're Black Creek, Blackfoot Indian. So, and possibly Choctaw. All of that, you can look at me and see it in my features. Not just the nose, but hello, here, 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 and here. But that said, and you notice Haitians and Creole folks I have big hands. I love golfing. I was a golfer. I was an avid golfer. I couldn't tee off with lady clubs to save my life. I would crack the golf club in half. They're made. Some of them made out of wood. I would crack it in half because I have big hands. I have to use D-weight clubs, so that should tell you something. But and Lord Foxington loved the fact that I was just an avid golfer. I put all that etiquette, dating etiquette, interracial dating etiquette, uh, relationship etiquette, all in a book. My book's going to be how to date successfully. Because I kissed some frogs, but I kissed more princesses than I did frogs. Believe that. But that's why the books are going to be so engaging and intriguing. I had a beta reader read um, all three of my books. Ignited Bones and Operation Night Mixer really, really surprised and stunned her, and other readers as well. But I particularly like this particular beta reader because she's grounded. She gives it to you like it is. But that said, if you want that reading experience, that you seek something different, something powerful, something engaging and fun, then Ignited Bones is going to be the book for you. I, I, I'm I give vivid. I love to give vivid descriptions in my book. It's a southern thing with us, like the rice bedpost, the shears float in the air like Casper the ghost, just subtle, just waving in the air from either the air conditioning or the air from the open window. That's how I give a description because readers need to be pulled into the story the right way. Or the heated passion on the back of in my book Operation Night Mixer, which is, I don't know, let me hold it up. Sorry guys. Operation Night Mixer. The scene on the lake with Elle and some first class Sebastian King in that Humvee. That was a very hot and steamy scene. Whereas in the end, Stella and the heated passion between she and Sebastian reuniting, picking up from where they left off in the Iraqi theater, was so riveting and so powerful for them. King forgot that Sable Ann was a soprano one. She yelped so loud from a very from having a moment, I'll put it that way, that the back glass of that antique, very rare, limited edition Humvee, which is a true story, it actually happened, shattered. The Humvee was not Sebastian King's, it was his brother's. So they had to make, Elle and King had to make a quick exit as if they were back in a theater. They had 5 minutes to pull it together, get out of that Humvee and out of that 42 car garage. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, King showed me 40, 42, 43 cars. I can't remember. I think it had to be 42 cars in that one. They were three levels. Blah, 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 blah. It sort of rotated, weird stuff. Rich people. What can I say? With that said, there's a trap door because it's also the boathouse. It was the uh, parking garage, boathouse. Then you had the guest quarters. Amazing. The lake breath. I've never. The house looked as if it had been something. If they picked it up out of California and off the coast of California and dropped it right here in North Georgia. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous property. 3 levels. No, four, I think, because if you count, just there's a lower level, but it's basically a cellar filled with like libations, different foods and southern things. But that said, I'm sorry, I digress. But I was just so impressed by that state. All of this is in the book. This, the desert scene in this book, holy crap. You will never read a more powerful desert scene. And it tells the real truth about what goes on in the shadows overseas as far as relationship goes. I'll put it that way. You'll have to get the book. Period. But that said, I'm sorry, I have to watch the outside too because the dogs are out and it's hot. I'm downstairs. But that said, back to Ignited Bones. Ignited Bones ending is riveting, just as Operation Night Mixer. I had a beta reader tell me the ending was so gut wrenching. I couldn't believe I wrote it. That she said, I will review it if you change the ending. I'm sorry, I'm the author, not going to happen. Because she just couldn't. Mm, and I put it in there. We went there. We went there in the book. Because what good is suspense without the plot twists and turns? There are so many plot twists and turns in Ignited Bones. It's unreal. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give you guys a what can we call it? A spoiler. How about that? In Ignited Bones, Sableland and Lord Foxington are coming down out of the clouds. Literally, they're coming off the his. I call it a plantation, not in a negative way. It's so huge, but it's actually an estate, or you could call it a compound, because it really looks more like a compound. I just tease him about it being a plantation just to gut him a little bit. He knows that. I don't care. But that said, they're coming down after this wonderful evening, dining on the terrace, watching all the lights in South Georgia literally just turn off slowly by the minute, by the second, by the minute, by the hour. How romantic is that? You know, actually eating on the terrace with the cobblestone, the patio is total cobblestone, stunning. The view, jeez, um, amazing. I didn't know they had tiny little mountains in South Georgia. I thought they were just tall hills. No, those are mountains. But that said, he and Sable Ann had a dinner out there. They went inside. She saw his estate, his brand new compound for the first time, his estate. It was just astonishing. But the real attraction was that, and all the action happened on that conservatory deck, all decked out as if they were in um, Saudi Arabia somewhere. All these pillows and these tea lights floating in water. It's just amazing. The sense of myrrh, frankincense, and roses, and all just everything you could think of was there. White flowers, lilies of the valley, the whole 9 yards. Love that. They're coming down off the conservatory deck. All of a sudden, Sable Ann passes out. She literally passes out onto the grassy knoll next to the West Wing Master Suite. And of course, Lord Foxington is astonished because he has no idea what's going on. On the corner is a square bag with a flag in it. It's the flag from Sable Ann's father, who's a Vietnam veteran, passed away. It's the flag that she gave Major Glenn before he went on a special mission. There was no mistaking that flag anywhere because the initials were on the front, which meant somehow, some way, Major Glenn found his way to that estate. And that's the only spoiler I'm going to give y'all on that one. Talk about plot twist. That is a plot twist, ladies and gentlemen. What on earth? are you going to do with that? What are you waiting on? Get this book. It's all in the book. And the scene, it literally, 4 chapters. It took 4 chapters to get to that scene because there was we just build it up. But we had to put, the reason it took 4 chapters, we had to put the emotion in there for the readers to identify with the characters. Because you're going to, there's going to be a, oh my God, so many, oh my God moments. And so many, what the hell moments too. When you can go from one end of the spectrum to the other in books, in literary bodies, genuine literary bodies of work, that is very, very powerful. Not hook after hook, because hooks hooks are great. Readers love them, but what readers love more than anything else, they love connection. You're going to connect with each and every character in my book because I don't make them larger than life. I humanize them. Excuse me. I give them extraordinary qualities because I know these people personally and they are extraordinary people anyway. They don't need any over embellishment or whatever. And so I bring their story to you in a way that's identifiable, that's detached, not, that's, I wouldn't say detachable, but tangible. You can touch it, feel it, understand it. You're going to clutch your pearls probably and probably throw the book across some chapters, but that's what a good book does. And a great book, sorry about that, ends on a very unexpected note. So I do both good and great books. I'm not just a good writer, I'm a great writer. I can write some love scenes. I can write very, very powerful love scenes. And readers will find that out. I think you guys are starting to now because last I checked, I had more books sold for Ignited Bones than I had anticipated, and I love that. And that's a great thing. That means that readers have taken interest and they understand and they get it. That this is a wonderful, wonderful read. And it's a fast read. I'd say 1.5 days it's done. Maybe if you're reading straight through, 3 hours. Boom, boom, boom. And also, because this is older, you know me, I love to upgrade in advance. So this is the new cover from last year. How wonderful is that? Simple, to the point, and gorgeous. We had to make him larger than life. Too many people find this book. So I love to do we didn't change the story, we just changed the cover. But that said, on to the next book. This is my full blown novel because it's 300 pages almost. Oh my God. Passage from Decadence is from the first series I ever wrote. And it's my last series that I'm going to write. Well, no, I take that back. The Mr. Sale Chronicles, you may as well, Chronicles series, same thing. Once I'm done with the Mr. Sale Chronicles, that's going to be it. But Passage from Decadence is actually 3 books in one. We took the 3 story, we just took them and put them in one book. Made it better, upgraded it. Of course, you guys know she did that. Terry, Terry Wilson, she did that. It is gorgeous. It is gorgeous. Come on. Dinner for two, decadence for three. Need I say more? And Song First Class, Stella and Kelly ain't nothing to play with. We love her. And this book, Passage, what can I say? Passage from Decadence. Okay, the tagline says everything. Illusions are dangerous people. They have no flaws. And most people would think that we're talking about the main character, one of the main characters, which is Bart. No, 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 no. We're talking about the satellite friends and frenzy around Bart and Stella. And there was a constant circle. But I believe that they pushed some first class Stella and Kelly too hard, and she took them to the mattress. Let's put it that way. But don't underestimate Bart because Bart had a way of he could talk you out of your house shoes, anything. He was just that type. But he was an amazing character too. I remember speaking with him over cocktails, and I said, if of course, I always ask the woman if I can ask the question. Do you mind if I ask him a question? And I asked him, what is it about our best friend that has changed you so much, that pushes you so much? And, he had the little goatee and he would do this and do this. Let me think. He already knew the answer. He would just like to tease and taunt us. He was like, well, you guys are always talking about that black girl magic. I'm like, well, she ain't the first black girl. So don't hand me that. He started cracking up. He thought that was the funniest shit. I didn't. I wanted an answer to my question. Period. Um, so he goes, "What do you think it is?" No, we're not doing that. I asked you the question. He said, "Well, I asked you a question back. You answer me, and I'll answer you." No, that's not how that's gonna work. Answer my question. And I got a little firm because I was a little pissed off that he tried to flip that like that. Answer me. Because I want an answer. We all want an answer. She's been through enough heartache and heartbreak. We don't need you sending her through the rafters. Because then you're going to have to deal with us. Period. Okay, we made that clear. I definitely did. And I'm like, well, you don't want to deal with me on that level. Mm-mm. But his response was quick and simple. He said, why not? I'm like, that's the best you got. He said, you don't understand. I want to have what every other man has and cannot get because I'm going to, not I will or I might, I'm going to make her mine and mine only. At that point, it's time for us to be quiet and shut up and just listen to everything he has to say from there because this is somebody you need to watch. And there were times when it was an absolute shit show. And then there were times when it was just so incredibly wonderful to watch. So, but that's what I mean. All of that is in this book. It's the, how can I put it? The characters, the way they go to war, but the way they engage, the way they interact, it's just too powerful. It is a constant, you will constantly flip those pages. It's a great Passage from Decadence Second Edition is a great weekend read. Also, if you want to binge read all weekend and just unplug from all the craziness, that's the book. Well, all of them are, but it's not a short read. It is a powerful read. It will, your heart will, oof, there's some scenes, but the steamy scenes are full of fire. They're fiery and powerful. And I mean, what can I say? I had to make it that way on purpose because that's the way I write. And that's what I want to give to my readers. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's the best way to put it. I give that to you, the reader. Something different. Something, yeah, I use the 10, 5, 10, 15, 25-cent words, but I write the way I speak. Can't help that. I don't write to impress anybody. I write to draw in your attention. But there is no way to speak of these profound characters and people without the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25-cent words. They just fit. I suggest a thesaurus by the bed. And I'll put it in as, you know, it's a book, not a thesis. I don't write it like that. Never. But I do dive into the character's psyche. I can't write without delving into the character psyche. It just doesn't work for me because I need you, the reader, to go on that psychological journey as well as a philosophical journey of the character, the emotional journey of the character, and the social journey of the character because they're all interconnected. But that said, get the books, get the books, get the books, and enjoy them. I hope you enjoyed a little of my Monday madness today and my Monday book mess. That's what I call. I love giving them little nicknames. So you guys take care. Bless and thank you guys for everything, for the support, for listening, for hearing, giving me the platform. I do apologize for not being, able to interact all the time, but guys, chronic pain is real, it's serious. It's not an excuse, it's an explanation. I, I, I spent Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in bed, unable to move up until 4 a.m. this morning. And the only reason I was up at 4 a.m. was to replenish my meds because I don't understand this type of I had no idea that this type of pain even existed, but it does, which is why I love writing. The writing helps me as well because it redirects my focus, and God, it keeps me from pulling my hair out. You have to understand chronic pain in order to know where we're at. I ask that you walk a mile in our shoes. You understand then. And I mean, I'm guilty because I always felt that, people, you're always whining about pain, blah, blah, blah. I think it was just God's way of saying, see, now you understand what they were going through. Not only do I understand, I get it. I so get it. I keep these rosaries here. Well, there's some crazy, evil people in the world. There's some nasty folks online. I keep this right here so I am covered. But I learned a lesson, and it made me a better person. Even though I suffer so badly, it has also made me a better person because you have to go deep into that rabbit hole of your psyche with chronic pain to pull yourself out. Trust me. And I will always stand up for people who suffer from pain around the clock, because we don't, we're tired of the treatment. We want the damn cure, because nothing is worth suffering every day of your life with this. And nothing, I hate having to have a damn walker. I walk more than 30, 40 feet. I have to have that damn thing. And on some days, I just have to sit in it just to be comfortable. Never, ever in my life would I have seen myself here. So for me, this writing journey is everything. It's everything to me. And thank God I'm strong, because I'm surviving all the, there's so much cyberbullying going on and ridiculousness. Can't we all just damn get along? We're all writers, authors, etc. Just let folks be and do their thing. Be done with it. And it never matters what you're called. It matters what the hell you answer to. I answer to author, mother, and beyond. That's it. Anything negative? Absolutely not. Because I don't have a small mind. My mind is constantly blowing up, growing, blah blah blah. I mean, come on. I mean, just look at my books. Make me want to holler. I go from make me want to holler to Monique Orgeron's River's Guild, to The Phoenix by Kate Thomas, my own books, Lily's books, Tia Fanning's books, Mahogany Silver Ring, Anissa's books, all of them. Just it just goes on and on and on, because I have a different interest in books. And don't get me started on To Kill a Mockingbird. I love classics. I love all the classics, ladies and gentlemen. I could read. Put me in a store with classic, an old bookstore with classic. I ain't coming out. You have to drag me out, literally. That's how much I love classic books. Or reading is, it's truly is fundamental, and you are what you read. So there you go. With that said, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm gonna quit yapping. But thank you for coming into the book layer with me this morning, or this afternoon rather. See, I can't even keep track of time. That's how bad. That's how bad my brain fog is. Because sometimes I don't know what day it is, and I don't care. I don't care. I'm living day by day, hour by hour. But I live to write for you guys. And I love sharing these adventures, these stories. Never, never miss an opportunity for an adventure. Adventures enhance our lives, they make us who we are. Stop getting stuck in the rut, in the routine. In adventure, you don't have to go around the world for an adventure. Adventure could be driving from your house to downtown. That's an adventure. Sitting down at a wonderful cafe. One of my favorite cafes is Opry Diem. Great this time of year. Great food, great service, the whole 9 yards. You owe it to yourselves to live your best life. So do that. Live your best life. Don't worry about what people say. Stop. We have to. I'm guilty of the same thing. I gotta stop worrying about what people say, think, feel. It's like, oh my God, my ears are filling up. And we have to stop all that, because folks ain't gonna change unless you give them a reason to change for the better. The reason I'm giving for you to change for the better, do the adventure, is because, and when you go on an adventure, take a book. You'd be surprised at how your life will change and how it will feel to you. Take the book. Take a short story. Do a short story. But just unplug from this crazy world. Trust me. You'll be all the better for having done so. And I much prefer if you take one of my books. Okay? So that said, thank you for everything, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Enjoy the rest of your week. Have a power week. Make it happen. Make it happen. You can do this. And get the books, get the books, get the books. You're going to enjoy them. Bye bye, guys. Love you. Thank you for the support. Bless. And thank you for the support and the encouragement. I could never do this without you guys' encouragement, especially you, Mr. Nick. Bye bye, guys.